Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing WWE 2K18 finally on the GeForce GTX 1060 6GB. For FPS monitoring, I'll be using CAM. If you want to download the software, there's a link down in the description. And if you want to support me, there are Humble and Amazon affiliate links down in the description as well. So WWE 2K18, I'll be doing 1080p, 1440p and 4K. To skip any of those sections of the video, check the description below. So first I'll show you 1080p with the maximum settings, and you'll be very disappointed to see that the game drops below 60 frames per second. The GPU, as you can see, will be at pretty much 99% all the time, so the bottleneck there is the GPU. The game is capped at 60 frames per second, but as the game goes on, you'll see that the frame rate will stop going up because there are less opponents on screen. So if you're doing a 1v1 or a 2v2, it should be fine. You should be at 60 frames per second all the time, but I just recommend overclocking the GTX 1060 if you want 60 all the time in this mode. Then at 1440p I show you first the maximum settings without overclock on the GTX 1060, and that means over 30 frames per second all the time. Then I do some overclocking and try to do 60 frames per second, which means the lowest settings, and that wasn't enough to be at 60 frames per second, unfortunately. So if you want 60s, I will do 1080p or something lower than that. And finally at 4K it was impossible to be even at 30 frames per second. I used the lowest settings and I overclocked the GTX 1060, and I was below 30 frames per second all the time, so avoid 4K in this game. And the game below 60 frames per second feels very inconsistent, so I recommend just to enable VSync this time around, because the game feels very uneven for some reason, but VSync smoothens performance out this time around. And now I'm going to talk to you about the options menu and some of the CPU performance. So the graphics options menu is very similar to 2K17. We have windowed mode on rough, VSync on rough, shadows on rough, FXAA on rough. Texture quality we have low, medium or high. But the game doesn't use a lot of VRAM. It was below 2GB of VRAM usage on high, so that's good. Then we also have the audience density from 0% to 100%, depth of field on rough or motion blur on rough. In my opinion, this is a very bare bones options menu. It's good that we can turn off shadows, but I didn't see a big difference between the lowest and the highest settings. The biggest performance impact is resolution, so don't expect much of a difference changing the settings. But shadows, depth of field and motion blur, turning them off gives you the biggest performance uplift. I decided to use the 8-man battle, the Battle Royale mode on 8-man, and I noticed as I was playing the match that when there are less opponents on screen, you start with 8, but you will end up with around 3-5 minutes from that. You get a small performance uplift because there are less characters on screen, and there are some occasions where the camera can just zoom out and you'll see more of the place that you're fighting at. That's also a performance hit. It doesn't happen in the mode I tested. It can be a noticeable performance impact, but since you usually have less opponents on screen when those zoom outs happen, it isn't as bad as having 8 wrestlers on screen at all times. So keep that in mind. But yeah, not much else to say. The game doesn't use a lot of RAM or VRAM. It can use a lot of CPU. It's capped at 60 frames per second, so the G4560 was more than enough to maintain a consistent 60, as long as your GPU can hold up. So if you have a better CPU, a Ryzen 3, a Ryzen 5, Ryzen 7, a Modern i5, a Modern i7, something like that, you won't see a difference at all, since the game is more GPU dependent this time around. And since it's capped at 60 frames per second, and the G4560 can achieve it without a problem, even with 8 wrestlers on screen, a better CPU won't make a difference at all here. The 60 frames per second cap seems to be that the mocap they did was at 60 frames per second, so if you go over 60, the animations won't be correct, but I don't know. That's what I read on the internet. But anyway guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you keep enjoying the video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
Looks like Dean Ambrose is starting to turn it up.
Here's Dean Ambrose in position now.
He doesn't look too eager to get up, and I don't blame him.
When this guy's on, look out. All right, let's get this thing going. The last time I heard San Antonio this loud was when we were last here for the Royal Rumble.
Check out Bobby Roode's offense.
Just making his presence felt there. He's simply reminding him that he's here. Delivering the knee.
Nice job by Randy Orton there.
Tell us about AJ Styles. So tell us, oh, wise one, what's he got to do to win here tonight?
Oh, what action. This is what it's all about. This is why there's nothing like WWE. You have two individuals in there that are beating each other silly with fits of fury. It's almost a shame there can only be one winner.
He really needs to lay low and save his strength if he wants to be around when it counts.
A sickening thud.
Nice job by Randy Orton there.
Oh, God, that was hitting the nail right on the head. If he takes many more of those, he's going to get lit up like a Christmas tree. Nothing gentle about that landing. Second time's a charm. God, what a stiff shot. And right on the mark. Ambrose starting to struggle now. He came into this match expecting a fight, and that's exactly what he's getting. And it's Dean Ambrose able to break free.
Nice job by Randy Orton there. Ain't no stopping him now.
He's starting to stagger a bit. He's going to have to cut off his opponent's offense quickly.
He seemed more motivated than ever heading into this match, which makes me think he still has plenty of fight left in him.
And a powerful slam down onto the back. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Check out Bobby Roode's offense.
One move after the other. It's devastating. The offensive Brock Lesnar is working well right now. Tell us about AJ Styles. So tell us, oh, wise one, what's he got to do to win here tonight?
He's got to lay low, for God's sake. This is a battle royal. And when I say that, I don't mean from the physical aspect. I mean, be conservative about who and when you decide to mix it up with him there.
Roman Reigns with nice contact there. Well executed. Ooh, with the point of the elbow.
If there's a finishing move that can end an opponent's existence once and for all, it's the F5 from the Beast Incarnate. The move shows Lesnar's power and true disdain for humanity.
Got him good with the underhand. A bit of contempt coming through on that slam. Dean Ambrose is a force within the ring. Not today. Oh, and a terrific reversal by Neville. Wow, can't believe Dean Ambrose got out of that one. He's targeting the midsection here. What should Neville try to do differently at this stage to stay in this thing? This very well may be too much for him to handle.
And here comes Orton.
What does Randy Orton need to do now? It appears his opponent... And guys, we're ready to get this match started. As we get started, guys, remember the great city of Detroit has produced some legendary action over the years. He's displaying classic offense here. AJ Styles with good timing here. One move after the other. It's devastating.
Nice job by Brock Lesnar there.
Let's take a moment to talk about Dean Ambrose. How do you see him getting it done here tonight?
There is nothing anywhere else in sports or entertainment like WWE competitors throwing all caution to the wind and going at it, especially when there can only be one winner.
Uses the headbutt. Great move. Delivered a beautiful uppercut. Man, that had some force behind it.
Roman Reigns has been told his whole life he can't do this, he can't do that. But when it comes to the big dog, you can be sure the man who's part of the Samoan dynasty is going to bring the fight with everything he's got.
Dean Ambrose is scaling the ropes. Bad move there.
I don't know what made him think that was a good idea.
Look at Roman Reigns here. Neville is not someone to sleep on. Neville is making his presence known. A piercing strike, nicely executed.
AJ Styles got him there.
He clearly has confidence in that move. He misses on that one.
Were his eyes even open?
A nice shot by Brock Lesnar. He's not going to go quietly.
No superstar worth his salt ever does.
Missed by a large margin on that one.
Wow, he's better than that.
This is a level of destruction no one was expecting. Got him good with the underhand. When this guy's on, look out. Looks like trouble here, Byron.
I don't know. I guess that all depends on who you're rooting for.
He better hope he can sustain that effort.
He's making a statement here with this attack. Big miss for him there.
And he'll likely pay for it here.
That one was off the mark.
Awful. Just plain awful.
What is Randy Orton's best strategy at this point? It appears his opponent has his number right now.
In a back-and-forth match like this, he has to do everything in his power not to let his opponent gain too much momentum here. Styles looks like he wants to do it all by himself. When Brock is feeling it, good luck to you.
Oh, the reversal by Brock Lesnar.
Don't you dare get up, man.
That one fails to connect. Incredible! Saw that one coming.
AJ Styles got him there.
Styles, a fireman's carry.
Ushigoroshi.
This one's over, guys. Yeah, talk about a bumpy landing.
He misses the dive.
And unfortunately for him, there was no water in the pool.
Neville is not someone to sleep on. He got all that one.
Neville got him there.
He unloads an amazing series of moves. He unloads an amazing series of moves. What an amazing display of power. Doesn't show any signs of getting up here, guys.
No, he's taking one heck of a beating, Michael.
Great offense by AJ Styles. AJ Styles with the offense. That shot was perfect. If you get hit with a lot more of those, getting nailed once turns into a full-scale beating. Oh, Roman Reigns saw that one coming. Nobody controls the pace of a match quite like this guy.
He better hope he can sustain that effort.
On, he takes a big risk with that moonsault.